be chilling tonight. I need to feel tonight, man. Hey, man, where my radio, man? Yeah, let's go. I need you to turn that up. Damn it, tonight. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah, turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio.
Pull the way up like we in a club. Fly flashy, grown classy, so turn it to dub. Saturday mornings, no walk of shame, we fresh up. 950 lounge, that's my guilty pleasure. I don't miss my favorite show, I put everything on hold. Work the baby, even the babysitter know. When 950 come on, don't bother. I'm locked in 10 to 1, no problem.
Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah. Turn on the radio. You and the cops on the radio.
Our super talented news person, Stephanie Pearl's here. Hi, Stephanie. Good afternoon.
Hi.
And you
Good afternoon, everyone.
brought a gentleman here, King Joox.
He's
Eddie
an Uber
King
driver?
Joox.
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 Like a
Sorry.
robbery, like taking something,
Okay.
but in a positive fashion.
Okay, cool. Don't take
Yeah.
his stuff. Eddie King Joox, welcome to 950 Lounge, my brother.
How you doing, man?
Pleasure, thank you, man. Appreciate having you this afternoon. And you're a recording artist, and you're doing some different things. Talk about the music you got going on so far.
Recording artist. Even before that, I would say I'm a visionary. Definitely
Okay.
a positive person in the community that's been grinding, and my outlet has just been music. You know what I'm saying? That's where it started. But really it spreads out to a lot of different things, into visuals. I'm shooting videos, being a video producer, curation, just vibing with people on the ground level and building with them. And I guess my journey has given people strength in seeing how I go about my day-to-day, and still being positive while trying to overcome all the adversity that comes with being in America and
No
in
doubt.
the world. You know?
As a black man,
Yeah, all
without
that.
question. Now, you're good friends with Stephanie.
Uh-huh.
So it's got to be one Stephanie story that we don't know that you probably know that would love to have you share with us on the mic.
I can't snitch like that, man.
Just don't make
You
her.
on the
Just,
show. This is what we do
Can't
here.
tell like
just
that.
don't make her cry on this show, please.
can't
You don't
tell
want to see her
like that.
cry. No.
No, we're
Someone's
gonna
gonna get
do-
knocked
Yeah,
out.
we can't do that.
Yeah,
That's too
Stephanie's
early.
gotten very tough in the last couple of weeks. So
She got red on, you see.
Yeah.
She throw bows now. She throw bows.
I see that.
So you mentioned about the positivity aspect
Uh-huh.
with your music, and we don't have to search far for things that are not as positive, musical-wise. Whether I'm not gonna just put that on one genre. It's just music in general. When you're creating, when you're writing, or putting together things, what's the mindset you're in order to create that image, that sound that you want to be the king? Where's the motivation and the inspirations come from?
Man, I would say every time I write, I'm scared that I'm not gonna create something. So I go in.
So it's out of fear, in a sense.
Fear and trust of the unknown. It's
Okay.
both. I
Right.
think in a daily basis, we all have anxieties that we don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen next. But then out of nowhere, you amaze yourself. Like
Right.
you were saying in the earlier segment.
Yeah, right.
Like you become a
You
hero
find
in
the
the
hero.
moment.
Right,
Exactly.
yes,
So
yes.
every time I'm in the studio, it's like I'm finding myself becoming a new hero every time, because I don't rely on the past. I'm
Yes.
not like, oh, I made this sound, let me try to recreate that. I'm always
Right.
trying to create something different.
Right.
That's like totally new.
So you like you're like R&B type of.
I'm on hip hop, Nas, Jay-Z, rapper.
Yes, he is.
At the Essence, Jada, those kind of people.
I can see you as a Nat King Cole. You know, you got that.
Respect. I like that you
Yeah,
said
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
I quoted that too.
Thank you, my brother.
It's getting a little trippy.
Hashtag that. You know what I'm saying?
He just wants you to come to his show on Monday. That's why he said that.
What?
I don't know
Give
what
the
that
man
means.
some respect and love, or he just practicing for his show.
Give him some respect on my name.
Right.
So, in today's hip hop world, who do you kind of flock towards a little bit when you're listening to music? Who do you vibe with?
I try to vibe outside of hip hop or classics.
Oh, all right.
Prince actually passed today.
Respect the
That's
Prince.
my favorite
2
artist.
years, 2 years.
You
Mine
know,
is mine
yeah,
too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played so many instruments and just touched on so many like.
He made good pancakes.
I ain't know about all that. You got a personal relationship with Prince.
Rodeo wears the booty out pants too. Sometimes.
Prince was an interesting man, I must say.
Yeah, he was. Shout out to my Geminis, my crazy Geminis out there. But I guess right now Kendrick, Cole, that's who I look at as far as like the measuring bar of what I should be doing as far as hip hop.
Right.
And other than that, I stay outside of hip hop. I try to listen to rock, like R&B, old school.
And we see Kendrick with the Pulitzer, so
Yes.
we're seeing other genres start to appreciate the culture on totally different levels.
Exactly.
Backstage?
Wait, so now you're saying rock. What type of rock groups do you like listening to?
Cage the Elephant. You ever heard of them? I love Cage the Elephant. One day I just woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning and this white boy was just wilding on stage. Like I was like, yo, he's dope. You know what I'm saying? It was and I like him. Coldplay. I always listen to
Coldplay's
Coldplay.
classic,
yeah.
No,
That
Coldplay
like
was
speaks
good.
to my soul. It's very clean music. Very like not trying to trick me or get me. Because music's like it's like a war front. You know, like what they're doing with music and what they choose to invest in and what you have to see every day and what you intake. It's like
Yeah.
food.
Right.
So in the morning you're hearing this trap music, which is cool trap. I could do the trap thing too. But if you're listening to trap at like 8 o'clock in the morning, it's a little too early.
That's our trap entrepreneur over there.
Gang banging on
Yeah,
bacon.
banging on bacon. It's like,
Yeah.
what other thoughts can you get in your mind
Yeah.
and meditate to be positive
Yeah.
that early in the morning? If they
Right.
got you that early shooting things up, then we got no chance.
But
It's
now,
over for the
when
world.
I'm
That's
asking
how-
you this,
You know?
the music that you make, because I actually was able to sit down and listen to a few of your songs on
Okay.
certain media experts that we have out here. Say they don't pay us, we don't give them no love. And
Thank
you don't mumble.
Mhm.
You pronounce your words, which is an excellent thing. So I was sitting there smiling when I was listening to your music. So compliment you on that.
Thank
Yes.
you, bro.
Because
Thank you.
to have to hear a mumble rapper, it kills my heart.
Yeah.
But I understand that's what's out here.
Yeah.
But do you stay out of that lane? Would you go into
Oh
that
no,
lane?
I jump in that lane.
You jump in that
Yeah.
lane?
Listen,
All right, explain that lane to
All
me, because
right.
I need help.
Yeah.
so this is the issue right now. I'm on the cusp of the golden era hip hop, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
content, and then there's the sound and the wave.
Right.
The money allows you to be empowered to really get the outcome of your dreams and goals out. So you can't be a positive rapper and not know the business and not know how to like find a way to get your sound out to the world to where you stay stuck and just you're in a bitter and angry. You're gonna be like, damn, all this music's out and they winning and I'm doing positive things. Like, no, you gotta be smart enough to also win and then flip the game and bring it back. People like Kendrick are doing it, you feel what I'm saying? People like J. Cole, they're
Yeah,
finding
Cole just
that
did on his
medium
last album,
in
yeah.
between to be able to be empowered to win in this era right now because you're up against everything. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
people ain't trying to hear a message. They're
That's the
not
sad-
trying to hear it.
But I
That's the sad
think what's good about this era, it's almost like the Wild West, because if this was 10 years ago and it was just one way, you have no choice but to go one way. You can go against the grain a little bit now because you can put your own images and sounds out. Like what we've done with this show, and it's a million podcasts and radio shows, and it's a million of them. But what we try to do is provide different forms of conversation. Like we can easily go from a book author to a person, a motivational speaker, to an artist, and not lose a beat, and not always be everything to everybody at that particular moment. But we do have the ability to be very cross-sectional. And again, we would look to be picked up by some brands that want us to be just this, or want us to be controversial, or but you're doing stuff.
You're
and
speaking my language. That's
Right.
exactly what I do in the music special.
Exactly, that's what you're going to say. You took my words out my mouth because you're doing things that is going against the grain. So you can't box you.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I
no
respect it.
boundaries
Yeah.
is like my mantra for
Right.
this year, and that's really what I wake up to do is
Mm-hmm.
to like surprise people and do the abnormal thing because it's like every day people are following. It's like, yo, I can sound like this, make the money.
Right.
But then what you get is a bunch of people saying the same keywords.
Yes.
You know, it's like I
Yeah.
gotta bag your.
I gotta do
B-I-T-C-H.
this. I gotta do this. I
I
gotta
gotta
do
do
this.
this. I gotta have all these things.
Right.
So, me being a producer puts me in a position where I can see the visual,
Yeah.
and then I can also be an artist. So I blend both, I mesh both, and I find a nice way to get across without selling out my soul and feeling like I'm not doing my
Because
thing.
I think it's more like going back to like because I look at it like, because I'm like a big person that was back into the rap and everything else, and I'm looking at it more like between the 80s and 90s, where it was a whole bunch of different people going about with different styles, different ways they had messages, but it was like you didn't care what style you had. You just could have went out there and did what you wanted to do. It's like we had Dinko D on the other day, and he was saying that when they did the Leaders First School first song out there, they said that they just went out and put a whole bunch of things. They didn't care what it was. It was just about going out and having fun.
That's the pure creativity part of it.
That's what I see like everybody's trying to get back to again.
Yeah.
Because when you get, because I think in a way when you got to like late 90s, 2000, we lost that a little bit. And then now it's look like it's getting back into that.
Well, we
I think it's lost now. Lost. I think it's on the SS Minnow somewhere out in the middle of
we bringing it
out of the
back.
Atlantic.
We bringing it
middle
back.
in the Atlantic by the Bermuda Triangle, inside the triangle, trying to come back out if that's the case.
But I think a lot of them's coming back in.
But I will disagree with one thing. I will say I think a lot of people need a message.
Yes.
And I think you said people don't want to hear a message, but I think people want to hear a message, but it's the way you bring that message across. And they don't want to hear that. No, that's not how you bring a message across.
Why you mess with your girl?
No, that wasn't her. That was somebody else. That was the Rainbow Warrior.
Yeah,
That's what I call him.
Right,
Rainbow Warrior. Anybody know who he is? Oh well.
Leave him alone. We got him.
Now, can we speak on that?
Yes, you
Because
can.
I was listening to a conversation y'all having before, and Trump got brought up a lot of times. I think Rainbow Man or whatever, no disrespect, it's the same thing. Right now, it's all about shock value,
Right.
and what you can do to grab headlines.
Music's not about. It's not audio. It's not listen. Like it used to be the
Yeah.
thing. We hear Jimmy, we don't listen to Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's not about that. And now with music, it's just image.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. Like.
But Trump's doing the same thing.
Well,
Don't get it wrong.
well,
He's a
right.
rapper.
So
He's
it's
firing
beyond.
out
It's beyond.
punchlines.
It's beyond the music
Yeah,
industry.
that's
It's
what I'm
just.
saying.
It's just life now.
so
Everything is visual.
Yeah.
You know. So if I see it, I don't need to hear it. I create my own narratives.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing in music. We're seeing that in politics.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? The Simpsons called this
Yeah, the
25
Simpsons
years
called-
ago.
yeah, they did
I
the
mean,
same
but
thing.
I think they was doing it out of just a pure joke.
But
But life's
at that.
become that.
Yeah.
You know.
They say art imitates life, or
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
imitates art. You know, that's it. I mean, that's a great segue for the universal experience and my song. Like, that's what it's really about. Like, these connections. Like, me and her being together right here in the Bronx, but we were together in school 15 years ago somewhere else.
And up in
No,
Small
Middletown.
world.
And you're in Middletown. See what I'm saying?
That sound
I'm
like-
performing in Middletown on Wednesday with the live band with
Really?
King James.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
dream.
And I'm going to speak to some high school kids. They're going to Penn Relays, and I used to run track and stuff. So I'm gonna go speak to these knuckleheads who think they rappers and all that, and tell them what the real road is about, and tell them to pay attention to what they learned in those moments. Cause track, like really, like that's why I'm still doing it today. It helped me finish out my job. Like,
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna keep King Joox. We're gonna go to news. We're gonna keep you around for news. We got one of the songs. Let's get one of those songs, Rashard, that we got in the cut from the King. It's 9 Lounge Live. Come on back.
Say the universal song. Da 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 da. In your heart's the beat. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Don't you da 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 da. Yeah, yeah. Don't you let up. I know you can do better. My diamonds made under pressure.
Still joined by the king himself, King Joox. I said it right this time. Eddie King Joox.
I know, I got you, so I always got you, bro. Always got you.
And, LeBron. We just heard one of your songs, and you're gonna stick around for news. And news is presented by Stephanie Pearl. What's in the stories today, Steph?
Kanye West revealed he's got new music on the way, but isn't just stopping with one album, he's dropping 2. Kanye West took to Twitter Thursday to announce his current untitled album with 7 songs will be released June 1st. He's also got a project with Kid Cudi that will drop June 8th.
What are your thoughts about Kanye, King?
Kanye,
started out
He's in
as
the-
that conscious, and then
Yeah.
he went the Kardashian life, and that might have
I
changed
mean, if
up.
I had to be really honest from a fan and be like, no politics or whatever, no diplomatic approach to it, then I think he's a little lost. I think that where he started at music-wise was essence and pure.
Right.
And he's become a contradiction of.
He became a
form.
Kardashian. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah. But
There's
I
no
have
more
personal
West.
feelings to Kanye. Like I
Yeah.
really,
I do too.
yeah,
right,
like Kanye, to see where he came and then where he ended up is it's a little disappointing.
That whole family got everybody
because
twisted.
he was that guy that at one point that you thought was going to take it to the next level. And
But I think he did, though.
He
I mean,
did.
he did take it. He
Yeah.
took
He
it to a
did.
lot
He
of
did.
levels.
He did.
Because a lot of the things. Listen,
He
you
did.
can knock him, but he still got Famous,
Yeah.
which
He
is
did.
off his new album. He's got some tracks off that new album. I sit here now and I'm just like, wow.
But when you
He
see,
still got it. He still got it if he wants to go find it.
Yes,
The
he
thing
does.
is that when he mentally gets on track, Kanye's a problem.
I
But
think-
when he's left
Yeah.
and
and so
right
he's
all over the
surrounded by.
place.
You got to get
Yeah.
back to the essence to create, man.
See, but I think he changed ever since his mother passed, because I think that really affected him a big bit until
My
this
mom
stuff.
died of cancer, and that's really my driving force. So I can actually
Yes.
speak to that energy of losing a mother, and I love my mom.
respect.
Respect,
Yes.
like that's my drive of what I do every single day. So there's no excuse.
Okay, I got you.
I use that energy
Yeah.
of losing my mom, and anyone who knows me, I used to rub her feet when she get off of work. You know what I'm saying? Like she was a nurse for 15, 20 years, worked the night shift. Like
Wow.
she was an amazing woman. Came from Nigeria. I got a crazy story I ain't even let out yet.
Your
but it's
mom
gonna
has
come.
done a great
Yeah,
job.
she did a
Rest in
great.
peace.
Like, I love my
good.
mother,
Aw.
and I could have easily went negative and said, "Yo, F everything. I lost the closest person to me. Life ain't fair and all that." But nah, I took all that energy and I put it towards positivity and the craft.
See, that's
know?
good, because then not many
Amen.
people can get to do stuff like that. But congrats, thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
bro.
bro.
Let's
Thank
continue, Steph.
All right, everybody knows the boxer Canelo Alvarez, right? Well, Canelo.
Salud!
Canelo just got slapped with a 6-month suspension for his failed performance-enhancing drug test that he blamed on tainted meat. The Nevada.
can believe that.
Just
Whoa.
announced.
I
It's
can
not
believe
funny
that.
right now. There's a lot of money lost right now. No, this is not funny.
Ain't lost my money, ain't lost.
I think it's such a lousy excuse.
Yeah,
No,
like,
no.
But to save your career, I mean, I understand. However, I just.
I feel
think
bad
it's-
because he ate the meat and
you don't believe that, do you?
Oh my
Can I finish
God.
my statement?
You
He
ate
cannot
bad.
finish my
You ate bad salad.
Okay.
I ain't
So
boxing.
once again, he was in Mexico, and their health and their dietary laws are different than the ones here. So the meat he ate was from there, which they have less stricter laws. So that's what they're saying was what they found. It came from the meat, and they've seen it before that it's come from the meat in that area. So now the Triple G Canelo fight, which I was really looking forward to watching and making money on, is not gonna happen. And now I'm upset.
You're
Now
gonna
I'm
have to
it'll
wait
happen.
till
It'll
That's why you said money
August.
lost.
Huh?
That's why you say money lost.
Money lost because I was gonna go and bet some nice
It-
money
It'll happen
on
next year.
somebody to get some nice money back because I have faith in one of them.
Well, put your money on the Adrian Bronner fight.
Well, I'm gonna put it against him.
Well, he gonna lose.
He gonna get knocked out in Brooklyn tonight. I'm sorry, I ain't going, but I know he's getting knocked out.
I'm a hopeless Bronner fan. What else is going on, Steph?
Yeah, hopeless.
Would you eat a tarantula-topped burger? A burger restaurant in Durham, North Carolina is offering a peculiar addition to its selection of toppings this month, alongside of usual array of cheeses, vegetables, sauces, and other condiments, one special burger is presented topped by a tarantula.
Now I hear tarantula is high in cholesterol though, so I think that might be a problem for me.
Uh-huh.
But
I'll eat it.
Cholesterol.
I'll eat it.
it's high
As
in
long as it's
cholesterol.
dead, as long as it's dead, I'll eat it. Okay, it's like that show. If it looks good,
Is it
eat
meaty?
Come on.
If it looks good, eat it.
It's
Expand
no-
your brain.
Power to
It's
you.
crunch. It's like
Sound like
potato
fear
chips.
King, what's the weirdest thing you ever ate? You know, artists on the
I'm
road
like-
and stuff.
I'm scared.
Keep it clean now, man.
I got like.
Cause he was like, you know,
Like
I'm on the
Tabasco
road.
on there.
I'm on the road all the time, you know.
Craziest thing I ever ate, man. I don't eat nothing too crazy.
Crazy thing I ate was my own words.
That sounds like some Fear Factor like restaurant though. Like
Yeah.
that'll I don't know.
With
tarantulas
Ludacris
on
at the
burgers.
restaurant?
Who knows? God.
What else is going on, Steph?
All right. Expensive stash of cocaine spotted inside liquor bottle at JFK Airport. U.S. Customs officials discovered a passenger at JFK in New York attempting to smuggle 6 pounds of cocaine hidden inside of a liquor bottle. Now,
What was the name of the
Penitentiary
liquor?
chances.
you know what? I
St.
saw
Ives.
the bottle. It looked like like a long tequila bottle. So
Ciroc?
I don't even know if I would even attempt to do something like that, like trying to smuggle something back, considering that there's so many issues.
People are really stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they, you know, especially when you come through customs, everything is getting checked. There's no way. It's just no way.
You'd be surprised how much stuff still gets into this.
You said you
country.
But that's
wouldn't. You
if
said
that's
you
somebody
wouldn't do
helping
it.
No.
Have you ever
I
tried?
wouldn't be
Have you ever tried?
Oh, but I did.
Have you ever tried to sneak a guy in your room with your parents home?
That's
Don't
a
think
yes.
too hard.
That's
No
a yes.
comment.
That's
Oh.
a yes.
Because if mama
That
and
means
daddy
that
are
means you was
listening,
smuggle
let me
cocaine
tell you-
into the United States.
But I did smuggle back some edibles from Vegas. So.
Well, don't
it
don't
is
say that on the
possible.
radio. We
It's-
we know we broadcast on. I don't
it's
want
edibles.
I don't want you getting cuffed.
Even your phone went blank. Your phone even went blank. I ain't got
Come
nothing
on,
to do with
it's
this.
not that serious.
Stop it. I'm
Okay,
not. We
all
don't
right.
condone that here, Steph. We want to make sure you live
Okay.
a free life
Thanks.
and interview
want
King.
the feds on you.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Airplanes blowing their
I don't want to lean on
engine.
me.
They
People
come
falling out the planes and
If they
everything.
come to you, they might start looking at me, and I don't need that.
Yeah,
I got issues
okay,
with my
I'm sorry,
taxes.
I'm not trying.
Well,
I do right by my taxes.
well, that's you. Let's move on to
Okay.
news, and let's stop talking about federal stuff.
Facebook fuels broad privacy debate by tracking non-users. Concern about Facebook Inc.'s respect for data privacy is widening to include the information it collects about non-users. After Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg said the world's largest social media tracks people whether they have accounts or not. What do you guys feel about that? And
Well, I've been saying for years Facebook's the devil. Now and everybody
is the
believes
devil.
me.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
Fed
no,
book.
absolutely.
It's Fed book.
It's Facebook.
Yeah.
It's always been that.
They
Yeah,
always
no,
track. They always
absolutely.
track. That's why I tell you, whenever everything
Facial
goes to the internet, it's
recognition.
done.
They were fine
out
with
there.
it being. It was only became a problem when it affected the election. It was always that. You know,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
putting on guns and talking deals on Facebook. Yeah, you stupid. You deserve to go to jail.
Now, did you guys see or hear that news clip that came out where they were doing the live Facebook feed, and it was a woman and 2 men, and they were in a car, and the girl pulls out a gun. No one thought it was loaded. The guy goes, "Oh,
It's like
you
somebody
know."
I used to date.
Oh God.
But it's just I digress.
But the gun was loaded. She was on Facebook Live, and the guy was like, "Oh, can you put the gun down? You know, you're making me nervous."
And she
you know?
shot him?
And she was just playing around, and yep, she shot him in the head.
Oh.
Live Facebook feed. I saw it. I saw it. Okay.
I don't wanna see that.
And let me tell you, it was the most horrific thing I ever
There's a
saw
lot
in
of
my
things
entire
that's
life.
I hope they
live
weren't
on
That was
Facebook.
Facebook.
like the guy who did the airplane thing.
Right, yeah.
Where he got his credit card out, swiped his credit card as the plane was about to crash or something, and he goes on live, and he's live in the whole situation.
It's a
The
lot of
plane
that.
landed, everybody lived, but he's got his credit card out, swiping. He said the hardest thing was to swipe his credit card so he could get internet access, so he could go live.
Are you?
Supposedly, so he could say goodbye to his family instead of worried about holding on and strapping up and holding on to a plane.
See,
he worried about going live and
See,
saying goodbye to
personally,
people.
they need to stop that live stuff because certain things, they got to be syndicated because a lot of things like that, because a lot of kids watch things like that.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
You can't. They're gonna have to somehow.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
And that's news this week. Steph, where can people reach out to you, learn more about you?
Guys, you can find me on adventureswithpearl.com. Also on Adventures with Pearl on Instagram.
King, thanks for joining us today.
Yes,
Where can
yes.
people
King
reach out to your
Joox.
music? Definitely want to have you back.
Yes,
Brother, you
yes.
got a lot to talk about. Where can people reach out to you, learn more about your music and purchase?
Go to Instagram, follow me on there. That's Joox Nation, Joox Nation, and on Facebook it's Eddie King Joox, and
Eddie Kane.
Eddie King,
Nice.
King,
I
Eddie
know,
King,
but
King.
I'm just saying the song. I'm saying the song.
I
know.
got you.
I got you. King Joox, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming on the show. Steph.
Yo, can I get it in the morning? Every Saturday